The Bright Spot, May 11th, 1974. Hello, this is Pastor Carey, Bryan Alliance Church, bringing you a bright spot to help put some cheer into your day. As we approach Mother's Day, I've been thinking much of my own dear mother, many miles away, not near enough that I can visit her and laugh with her and listen to her little stories of everyday incidents that have become major events in her lonely existence. There was a time when she was not lonely, and when guests filled our house, and extra boards were placed in the dining room table, and laughter rang through the rooms. There were berry pies on the windowsill, and homemade noodles in the cooking pot. There were fresh peas to shell on the back porch, and apples in the bin in the cellar, and counterpanes covering the feather ticks in the bedrooms. The Victrola needed to be cranked every once in a while. The sideboard had to be dusted, and the lilies of the valley had to be picked and arranged in a little vase on the mantel. And Mom did it all. She boiled our clothes in a copper boiler, slicing the soap chips from a bar of Fell's naphtha and adding bluing at the right time from a little bottle. She scrubbed the floors on her hands and knees, but that wasn't the only time she was on her knees. She knelt beside her bed and prayed for her children, even when they made fun of her prayers. She carried water from the outside pump and emptied water from the old pan under the icebox. She was the one who washed the windows, brushing bits of loose putty from the sills when she was finished, and it was Mom who put the little chicken wire fence around the peonies. My dad worked in the oil field, and he was away for a week or two at a time. So it was Mom who hoed the beans and dug the potatoes, a city girl who had come to the country to live, and who made the best of the little we had. Radishes became rosebuds in her hands, and flour and eggs became dumplings or dinner rolls at her command. They were hands that became rough from hard work, but there was a softness about them when they rubbed Vicks salve into a little boy's chest, or patted down a colic with Vaseline, or wiped away a tear and the hurt of a bee sting at the same time. The same dancing eyes that sparkled as she dressed little ghosts in old sheets for Halloween could mist over and span the years as she talked about her teen years in the old country and the lonely journey to a new homeland. She knew pain, too, and accepted 3 or 4 major surgeries with stoic grace and utter faith in God. And then when tragedy struck my father down and he hovered on the thin line between life and death, Mom kept the family together. Food was scarce, but happiness was not. The Depression years, when there was no work for the man of the house, Mom cleaned other people's homes and baked bread to sell and picked berries and sold needles and thread and shoelaces from door to door, or traded for a dozen eggs or a gallon of milk. And then when war came and the boys went off to carry a flag somewhere in the world, she prayed for us through the months and years until we came back to pick up the threads of our lives. The children, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren all knew the familiar handwriting on the envelopes that brought cards and dollars on each birthday or Christmas. She gave and gave and gave as long as I can remember. And she hasn't stopped. 85 years of living haven't slowed her down too much, and in the rest home she helps in the dining room and reads to the old people, as she calls them, and when she writes, she talks about the flowers and the beautiful trees and how thankful she is for her many blessings. In one letter she said, "This place is a regular palace." She's right, it is, because there's a queen living there, and she's my mother. Dear gentle hands have stroked my hair and cooled my brow, soft hands that pressed me close and seemed to know somehow those fleeting moods and erring thoughts that cloud my day, which quickly melt beneath their suffrage and pass away. No other balm for earthly pain is half so sure, no sweet caress so filled with love, nor half so pure, no other soul so close akin that understands, no touch that brings such perfect peace as mother's hands. Mother is gladness, mother is sorrow, mother today, mother tomorrow, with arms ever open to fold and caress you, O mother of mine. May God keep you and bless you. If your mom is alive today, won't you take the time necessary to call her or write to her if she's far away, and if she's near, go to her side and remind her of your love.